Located on Park Avenue in New York City sits a large building filled with massive luxury houses. At one time, this property was owned by the legendary rapper and business magnate Sean P. Diddy Combs. And today, we're going to take a look at the history of this impressive abode. We'll see what Diddy's plans were with the property and why he moved on, as well as what has happened to it since. On top of that, we'll see a mysterious mansion that Diddy apparently abandoned due to supernatural means. Plus, we'll examine another decadent New York apartment that Diddy once owned. So let's get started. The building of 807 Park Avenue was originally built in 1932. By 1998, fresh from winning his first Grammy, Diddy decided to splash $12 million on the sprawling tower. At the time, there were 3 units within that had 4 levels each. Diddy decided to live in one of the units. However, he had something more in mind. He wanted the whole 12-story, 24,000 square foot building to be his abode, essentially creating a mega mansion in the Upper East Side of New York. But only a year into purchasing the property, Diddy allegedly wanted out. Perhaps he realized the dream was too ambitious, or he simply lost interest in the project. Either way, he placed the whole structure on the market for $15 million. Then, with no interest from a buyer, he strangely raised the asking price to $17.5 million. By 2001, the asking price fell to $16 million, yet still, there was no potential purchaser. It wouldn't be until 2004 when developers Ion Partners picked it up for a reported $14.3 million, giving Diddy a nice profit. But where did the artist formerly known as Puff Daddy get the cash from for this project, we hear you think? Well, mostly from his incredibly successful music career and his business acumen. To start with, Diddy has his own fashion label called Sean John. Back in 2003, the brand received an investment of $100 million from billionaire Ron Burkle. Then in 2008, Diddy branched out further in the fashion industry. He purchased the brand Iniche from the late fashion designer Liz Claiborne for $20 million. Claiborne reportedly bought the company in 2003 for $114 million. Beyond that, Diddy also owns restaurants, has a majority stake in Revolt TV, a partnership with vodka brand Ciroc, and much more. His business success seemingly started from an early age. Diddy claimed that when he was 12, he had a paper route that was bringing him in $1,000 every week. Just for 2020 alone, Forbes stated that Diddy had a salary that year of $55 million. The year prior, in 2019, Forbes claimed that Diddy had a net worth of $740 million. According to other sources, his current estimated net worth at the time of writing could be as high as $900 million. Back to Park Avenue. After Diddy sold the building, Ion Partners reportedly attempted to sell each of the 3 units separately. Each unit consisted of 5,000 square feet, giving us 15,000 square feet for the units from the building's total 24,000. The remaining 9,000 square feet were used for the lobbies and common areas. The company tried to sell the units for between $12 to $16 million each. However, there were no buyers. So they moved on to Plan B, which was a lot more drastic. They wanted to demolish the whole building and start from scratch. But the city's Landmarks Preservation Commission weren't too happy with the idea, so they turned it down. Scrambling for something to do, Ion developed Plan C in 2015. Instead of taking the whole building out, they would undertake heavy renovations. Ion wanted to create 2 triplex units and 3 duplex units. While the Landmarks Preservation Commission agreed to this plan, Ion were the ones to nix the idea this time. Instead, they chose to place the property on the market for $30 million in 2016. After a year with no buyers, Ion decided to take a page from Diddy's playbook. They decided to put the tower back on the market for a massive $39 million in 2017. Unsurprisingly, it wouldn't take long for the price to fall. Eventually, by 2019, the tower was listed for $26.5 million. By the end of that year, finally, they found a buyer. The Park Avenue building was snapped up for $24 million. Even with the building's future moving in an unknown direction under Ion, several famous tenants have called the tower home. According to reports, fashion icon Tommy Hilfiger, former creative director of Coach Inc. Reed Krakoff, and some members of the royal families across Europe have all lived there at one point. The rents for the unit reached as high as $55,000 per month. When Diddy still lived in Park Avenue, he reportedly had a pool and a spa in his unit. Each of the units also had its very own private elevator to enjoy. After Diddy sold the tower, the apartments changed significantly. In 2018, the property's units were reportedly designed by New York-based firm IMG. Each of the units come with either 5 or 6 bedrooms, many of which contain expansive closets and even dressing rooms that can be converted into something else such as an office. The units also have built-in shelves throughout and wood-burning fireplaces. One of the units has a dining room and living room with an open concept, more than enough space to hold a small gathering. Many of the rooms have high ceilings that allow natural light to flood through. There's even a private outdoor terrace for unit owners to enjoy. Even walking into the building is said to be a luxury with its grand bronze front doors. The doors open into a marble-covered lobby with walnut walls and a silver-leafed vaulted ceiling. Those living there also have access to a full-time concierge. Due to its location, it's only a stone's throw away from Central Park. Other nearby amenities include the Frick Collection, the Metropolitan Museum of Art, and the iconic Fifth Avenue. In January 2021, a video went viral on the internet. It consisted of an eerie mansion that's been left to ruin for years. The house in question is allegedly one that Diddy abandoned years ago. The Instagram account Big Explorer was responsible for filming the unsettling footage. They warned people not to follow in their footsteps by visiting the property, especially as the house has trail cameras stationed around it. The reason for the mansion being left to the elements by Diddy is unknown. There are numerous rumors, of course. One of them claimed that Diddy kept seeing the ghost of his friend Biggie Smalls, also known as the Notorious B.I.G. The iconic rapper was slain back in 1997. Another rumor is that Diddy planned to renovate the property. However, due to financial issues stemming from the US housing bubble bursting, the money wasn't available at the time, so it got forgotten about. The mansion has a lot of intrigue about it. Even the exact location is a hidden secret. But putting on our Sherlock Holmes hats, we may have found some information about it. Back in 2003, an article stated that Diddy had purchased a 7-bedroom, 11-bathroom mansion in Dunwoody, Georgia. Situated near the city of Atlanta, the European-style abode came with 7 acres of land to enjoy. It also had a 5-car garage with an apartment on top, a swimming pool, a pool house, and a tennis court. Diddy reportedly splashed $2.6 million on the property. Diddy seems to love real estate near Central Park in Manhattan. Only 1.5 miles away from Park Avenue is the building Park Imperial. He purchased a 2,300 square foot apartment in the building for a reported $3.8 million back in 2005. Originally, the abode had 3 bedrooms and 3.5 bathrooms, but Diddy made some changes once he got his hands on it. He apparently turned one of the bedrooms into a home cinema. According to Home Advisor, on average, installing one of these can cost up to $33,000. Diddy also converted one of the apartment's bathrooms into a wet bar. There's also a 500 square foot corner living room / dining room. It has 2 walls of floor-to-ceiling windows and a built-in media cabinet. A number of the rooms did provide stunning views over Central Park. However, several towers nearby have been constructed since that may have ruined those views. One such tower is the 1,550-foot tall Central Park Tower that was completed in July 2021. It cost $3 billion to construct this residential skyscraper. The Park Imperial Master Suite also has 5 closets, 2 of which are walk-in, while the ensuite has heated floors. By 2012, Diddy was looking to offload the Imperial apartment, so he placed it on the market for a very optimistic $8.5 million. By 2016, the apartment was reduced to $7 million, yet still no one was willing to pay that much. So it dropped to $6.5 million. By 2017, a buyer was finally located. According to reports, the buyer paid a reduced $5.7 million. While less than half of the original price that Diddy listed it for, he still made a nearly $2 million profit. However, that doesn't take into account the cost of converting a number of the rooms. Final fact finish, the most expensive property for sale in New York City at the time of writing is located near Diddy's former abode. Currently, the penthouse at 432 Park Avenue is on the market for a massive $169 million. The 8,255 square foot apartment has 6 bedrooms with 7 full and 2 partial bathrooms. The building also offers a gym, a yoga studio, an indoor swimming pool, a cinema, and more. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.